the end of the cast will catch up with Tunica. Thanks for the cast. Oh, best of luck, man. Get some rest. Buenas noches, my buenas noches. But yes, Tuna Cup is going to be later on tonight. That is going to be in around 8 hours. In around 7.5 hours time is going to be Tuna Cup. But for now, we're focusing on our Fresh series. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, on the right side of Pure Deed Industry, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the SC2 Protoss for Virtus Pro. It is a classic. And spawning in the top side of a Pure Deed Industry, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the Brutal Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is MaNa. Here we go. So players are setting up. And the end Classic, he's known for being hyper aggressive and hyper cheesy in SC2 PvP. We'll see if that translates to StarCraft Evolution PvP as well. See if it does translate. Players are opening up. Nexus first out of MaNa. Does go straight Nexus first. Meanwhile, we do have our Gate Cyber Expand out of Classic. Oh, sorry, 2 Gate Opener. 2 Gate Opener. Classic, no Probe Scout from either player. No Probe Scouting. Just now the initial workers moving out. And we're going to try to get a read on what exactly is going on. Classic, he avoids the main scouting path. Looking to set up a proxy pylon. Now, this is a little bit further back here. It is more than halfway across the map, so this isn't the best location for a proxy robo, but I'm not going to rule it out, just because of what Classic is known for. Again, he's known for a proxy robo and one base all-ins, so that has to be in the forefront of my mind. Huh. Show us what you got. Pylon is done, waiting for the Cybercore. Cybercore is now complete. And there it is, Proxy Robo, one base all in at a Classic. Again, Classic is very fond of this build in StarCraft 2. Looks like fond of it here in StarCraft Evolution as well. Now, the scary thing about this build, one, it's a one base all in, but two, remember, MaNa, he went Nexus first. He went Nexus first, so his Cybercore is delayed. His gateways are more delayed as well. The unit production here is going to be later for MaNa, and that's going to be more ideal for Classic. Classic, he hasn't even scattered. He doesn't even know what MaNa's up to. Doesn't know how greedy he's been. So this is lining up for Classic. Going double Robo. Oh my god. What? Double Robo. Immortal and War Prism can be built at the same time. Okay. Interesting. This is something more unique. Don't get spotted. Scat is denied. MaNa, he knows that a pylon is missing. He knows that something is wrong. Edge time. Classic does thread in the shade. Does see the base is already complete. Shield battery is ready. Is ready. Set up safe thread in the shade. Thread, the Immortals have arrived. We've got 2 Immortals so far. Again, we're making 2 Immortals at a time. It's great. It's gonna be a crazy Immortal count. And Classic gets into the main base. MaNa is racing on over to defend. Remember, there's no recall. Going for the Artosis pylon. Thankfully, backup pylons on the way. Oof. Sniping a couple of Dragoons. Classic pulls out. That was how many? That was 3 Dragoons going down. Classic pulls away. Pulls away. Slow zones will deter him. Going further into the mineral line. MaNa getting his own bait, trying to get into Reaver production. But again, now we have 4 Immortals. But the shield batteries, I don't know if they can really do much against this. There's just going to be so much DPS output here out of MaNa, so much burst damage. Sorry, out of Classic. Yeah, so much burst damage. It's just going to... he just goes to the pylon. Depowers the shield batteries. Ay, ay, ay. Does depower. Picks off more of the Dragoons. Reaver production has begun. And the boys are being pulled. MaNa trying to make a stand, trying to save that river. He cannot. GG gets called. Classic overwhelms. And Classic takes game number 1. GG. GG, well played again. MaNa just being a little bit too greedy. Remember, he went Nexus first. Nexus first, delayed production, delayed tech as well against a 1 base all-in. We saw that the shield batteries didn't do much. We saw that alas MaNa, he was caught out of position, bleeding out a lot of Dragoons early. He was working towards the eventual Reaver, but he never quite got there. Never got there in the end. GG, well played. With that, Classic takes the lead in the series. And, oh, for the first time tonight, I'm a little bit surprised we never got to see it earlier, but we are loading into Blue Storm. Let's go. One of my favorite maps in SE Evo. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Blue Storm, we have the red Protoss player. We have the Brood War Protoss leading the series 1-0. For Virtus Pro, it is Classic. And spawning in the bottom-hand corner, we have the SE2 Protoss player, the Polish Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is MaNa. Here we go. As we are settling into game number 2. And welcome one all to Blue Storm. Blue Storm, another one of these more quirky maps in the map pool, has a short rush distance by ground, very short by ground, and there is no ramp coming into the natural base. There's no high ground advantage, but there is a very narrow choke point here as the entrance. Likewise, there's also rocks you can knock down to fully wall this area off as well. But another big factor is there is a ramp going down into the natural, so there's this high ground that you have to contend with. So the natural base at times can be a little bit more difficult to defend. There's also a very large main base. It is prone to drop play, to war prisms, to drop play in general. We'll see how our players will approach this. Now MaNa going for a 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener out of MaNa. Classic going for a gate cyber expand. No, 2-gate as well. So 2-gate openers all around. MaNa does hide a probe. Does hide a worker. We'll see if he throws down a pylon. We'll see if he hides some tech. And looks like he will. There's a pylon. Now, this is so far away, so it looks like this shouldn't be a proxy robo. I'm leaning more towards either proxy Stargate or Twilight Council. Stargate for proxy Oracle to harass across the map, or Twilight Council for potentially DTs. What's it going to be? Cybercore is done. Huh. And it is a robo. Is he locked in? No, he's locked. No! MaNa! He locked himself in, so we had to cancel the robo, which will delay the build, but he's going for a double robo. He's going for the same build that Classic just went for. Double robo, double immortal production out of MaNa. Oh boy. But again, this is very far back, so it takes longer for reinforcements to get across the map, so that is going to be a big downside to this. The upside is it's going to be difficult to scout because it's so far away, but Classic is scouting. Wow, he checks the fringe locations first. I mean, he has 2 workers out on the map. He has Dragoon scouting as well. And he does find the robo, he does find the proxy. Classic, he sees everything. And he wants to cancel. Yeah, he's rushing across the map to try to deny this completely. We have an Adept on the way. We have 2 Adepts even out for MaNa. The pylon taking a lot of hits, a lot of damage. And Classic, he might just be able to shut this down here and now. Adepts are coming. They're coming to help, but the pylon will fall. Adepts say tickle Dragoons. The pylon goes down. Depowers everything, kills the probe, and snipes the second pylon. Oh no. It's all falling apart. Classic with the scouting. He gets his own pylon across the map as well. And Dragoons have control of the proxy, control of 2 robos. MaNa trying to shade in, but there's a full wall back at home, and Classic, he's all over this. He defends, he attacks. He's here to make sure this never gets repowered. He's here to make sure this is killed. We have Reavers on the way, and this is looking dire for MaNa. As down go the robos. Adepts, they do get in. One adept will 2 shots. And he gets 1 probe, so he gets 2. 2 probe kills so far. It's some damage. At least he gets a full scout of the main base. He sees the bay. He's aware of the Reavers. But again, this is still a very rough start for MaNa. He's going for double robo at home. Let's go. Does replace the robos. Oh boy. And Classic has had so much time to prepare. Reavers on the way. I'm hoping that MaNa doesn't delay his War Prism for too much longer. Just because he needs some kind of micro potential with his army. There it is, Prism's on the way. Classic expands. Shields get triggered. Shields are triggered. Reaver coming in. Oof. Does connect with the Stalker. Shuttle will get away. Nice force fields catching 1 Dragoon. Not even. Dragoon survives. He does survive. Likewise, Shuttle taking some more hits. Ooh. Gets a Stalker. Gets 1. Shuttle barely gets away. No, the intercept! Okay, does unload. Does unload in time, thankfully. Yeah, Dragoon shot's going up. Does miss 1 of the volleys. And that's going to be a lot of Dragoons falling here. Immortals, they trade so well. Do we get the... Oh, he gets the Prism! Prism goes down. So we had a back and forth there. That was still a lot of Dragoons falling. That was how many? That was 5 Dragoons for 1 more Prism. That will delay MaNa. This is still going to be close. As MaNa is still pumping out more Immortals. He's up to 4 Immortals. Sorry, up to 5. Jesus. Classic does hit the mineral line. Denies any kind of mining. Oof. Okay, shot's going off. Oh. Hoping for another. Not quite able to. Playing with fire. 1 shot away from going down. Is that Reaver? But he does distract MaNa for a moment. Building up more Reavers defensively. Getting ready with those Scarabs. Scarabs shall say pop off. The 1 Reaver goes down, and nice target firing. Gets 1, he gets 2. Boys are being pulled. Ooh, Prism goes down. And with that, Classic will hold. Yeah, Classic, he shuts this down, takes down the Immortals one after the other. There's 1 Immortal left. And MaNa, he has nothing remaining. He has nothing remaining here, as he will lose everything. What was it, 5, 6 Immortals? The War Prism. MaNa, he plummets the supply. GG gets called, and Classic, he will take a 2-0 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A solid lead here for Classic, very solid. We saw that MaNa attempted to go for the same build, the same cheese that Classic went for in game 1, but Classic scouted. He scouted, he shut down the proxy early, he depowered both robos, he killed both robos, and alas, MaNa, he was never quite able to recover. He was forced into the 1 base all-in, and we saw that Classic was able to slow him down, able to buy time, able to catch some of the reinforcements, and even hit the economy. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game 3, potentially the final game of the series. I'm hoping for more of a back and forth. I want to see more games, but the pressure is on MaNa, as game 3 is going to be on MaNa. We go as spawning in the top side of MaNa. We have the Brood War Protoss player. The Brood War Protoss leading the series 2-0, representing Virtus Pro. It is a classic. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the SE2 Protoss from land of Poland, representing Team Liquid. It is MaNa. Hello, Classic. As Classic does move out early on with his probe. And we'll see what MaNa gets up to. Classic is going to be adamant with the scouting, ensuring he gets eyes on the second pylon. As Classic does barely fail to pylon block, or to gas steal. Delay. MaNa does move out with a probe. Oh, hiding his probe at his third base location. Looks like we're not going for a proxy. Looks like we're going for a fake out. As far as I can tell, as far as this looks. So 2 gate opener into the cyber core. We're expecting a pylon here at the third. There it is. So we have the proxy pylon here. Now, I would imagine this is just a fake out, and from here MaNa expands, but the probe is actually staying with the pylon, so he might actually proxy something here. He might commit. It is very far back, but he may just go for the robos once again. Cybercore is done. And yep, proxy robo. We're going for the same build, so double robo here out of MaNa. Classic, he knows that the pylon is missing, he knows that something is wrong, and Classic is scouting closer to his own bases. Does check behind the rocks. He's looking, man, he's looking. Does go for a defensive robo opener. Getting ready for his own Reavers. I'll be honest, if Classic doesn't find this, if he doesn't shut this down, this does hit quite hard. Like, I don't... I am concerned, Babby, I'm concerned. Classic is scouting on the right-hand side. Jugoons, they push through the center. Classic, he will find the Adepts.
We are under attack.
Yo, the Dragoon sound effects, the voice lines. The nostalgia, baby, the nostalgia. But now Dragoon's poking in. The Immortals have to respond defensively. So nice I mean, he's forcing the reaction out of MaNa. Gets a couple of probe kills. 1, 2, 3. I think it's 3 probe kills. Immortals revealed, so Classic, he confirms. He confirms the build, and he already has the first Reaver on the way. Reaver's in production. Counter-attacking. You can see the Classic is trying to intercept, but unfortunately he's on the wrong side. Remember, he doesn't know where the proxy is, doesn't know where it's coming from. As MaNa's making his way into the main. Classic is very set up in the main base. He has a shield battery, backup pylons. He does want the prism. Oh, he wants the sentries, and he will get them. Gets one. One sentry goes down. Warpsman gets zoned away. Oh, and the prism is gonna be focus fired. Aye. MaNa losing everything. The prism goes down. The immortals as well. Classic defense. And again, just a fumbled assault into the main base. He was zoned away by the Dragoons. He couldn't save the immortals. Not like this. You know what's a nice addition, which we're not going to be able to see here, is that the Protoss buildings catch fire. The brutal Protoss buildings. They actually do catch fire. It's the little things like that that I appreciate. As Reaver gets his brutal connection, 4 probes going down, but last the Reaver does fall. So MaNa, he recalls in time. But he's forced home, he's forced all the way back home, and Classic can expand. Does he though? Who's going to be the first to expand? Who's going to be the first to flinch? Bearing in mind, like, MaNa, he still has 4 immortals. As we're dropping towards the bases. Army gets spotted by the Observer. MaNa, he knows that the Prism is safe. He's headed for the main. Classic out of position. Do we go for the base raid? Uh-oh. We might just commit. We'll see if Classic can hold. Oh, as the Reaver takes a lot of hits and does go down. Oh, gets a shot off though. Does get a shot off. The Immortals are very low. The Immortals are low. Here we go. Shuttle across the map. Classic did race back home to defend. MaNa, don't go in! Oh no! Jesus. Calm down, MaNa, calm down. Respect the Dragoons. We have a shuttle speed on the way. Graviton thrusters. Or gravitic drive. It's one of the two. Something's happening with the gravity. Classic does get across the map. Nice probe damage. But again, we have 5 immortals here for MaNa. Without these Reavers defensively, MaNa, he might have enough to at least force a cancel. There it is, does force a cancel. Pushing up the ramp. Oof. Snapshots are going up. Depowers one of the gateways. Reavers are still across the map. Oof. We'll lose one. Oh no! Oof. Still getting more damage. And MaNa's running out of economy here. He forces his way up the ramp. Immortals are going down. No, he cannot do this. And he'll lose everything. He's trying to brute force his way up into a concave of Dragoons. That's not going to happen. Upper ramp especially. Remember, mischance is also a thing. And MaNa gets forced out. The Prism barely escapes, barely gets away. And Classic is still harassing. No! He's still harassing 7 more probes. Getting up to 9. Una más. Jesus, where are we going? Where are we? Scab shots are prone to dropping out a little bit, depending on what they target. Does go for the mineral line. Gets another 2, and Classic is moving in for the kill. He's going for the throat here. as MaNa will lose the final Immortals. Got 4 more racing back home. Oh. Jeez, 5. He has so many Immortals. Oh my god. The Immortal count is crazy. But MaNa's down to 8 probes. He's down to 8 workers. He does not have an economy. Classic does. Classic, he finally finds the robos. He depowers. And Classic is going for the main base. There's 2 stalkers to defend. There's barely any warp-ins just because of the low economy. Oof. Hero shots popping up. And again, there's plenty at home. MaNa, he cannot push into this. GG gets called as MaNa. He runs out of steam, and Classic, he will take the series 3-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Classic, he will claim it again. A strong showing here out of Classic. A very intense PvP as well. A lot of cheese, a lot of proxies. We never really got into a 2-base versus 2-base setup. It was non-stop proxy double robo. Proxy double robo here from both MaNa and Classic. So used quite heavily. In the end, Classic, even when he was up against the cheese, even when he was up against the proxies, he was able to force some damage back at home, force the attention to be split, finding the proxy, shutting it down. It was really impressive play there from Classic, and MaNa couldn't quite keep up. GG. GG, well played. Impressive showing there. Again, Classic is coming in as the favorite player to win the entire tournament. I would have said that Classic's biggest opponent would have been Bjorn, but Bjorn is out. Bjorn, he's out of the tournament. We can just catch up on the bracket itself, catch up on today's matches. So from the beginning, we had Tasia. Tasia took down Cure 3-1, advancing onto the semis. Rogue took down 3.3-1 as well. Very impressive showing there by Rogue. It was also very intense and quick series between himself and 3-point. We had Creator. I would say the big upset here was Creator taking down Bjorn 3-2. I would have said that the potential finals would have been the semis, would have been potentially Bjorn versus Classic, but Creator takes him down, and we have Creator versus Classic instead in those lower semifinals. It was an intense back and forth. I would say that the highlight of the series, the highlight of the tournament or of the broadcast here tonight was Bjorn versus Creator. Very intense, very back and forth, a very clutch series between the two of them. In the end, Creator does barely make it through, and we have a PvP between Creator and Classic. Let's go. So that's going to be in a couple of days. In 2 days' time, we're going to be live with day 2 of the playoffs. We'll be live with the semis and then the grand finals thereafter. I say in 2 days' time because tomorrow at this time is Pegasus Cup, right? Tomorrow we have Pegasus Cup. Tomorrow we have other broadcasting, of course. We have a lot to cover this week, as always on the CranKy Ducklings. But yeah, really, really fun matches, really impressive showing here from certain players, especially Creator. And at this point, without Bjorn being in the mix, we'll see if anyone can stop Classic. I mean, Creator, he will have a good showing. I mean, I'm sure he will. I don't know how well versed he is, though, in StarCraft Evolution. Likewise, same with Rogue. It's going to be interesting to see how Rogue and Creator handle themselves against the more veteran players of Tasia and Classic. Here we go. Meanwhile, when it comes to our schedule, you can see it here. It's going to be a very busy week. As you can see, we just wrapped up with our morning Tuesday cast of StarCraft Evolution tonight at 7 p.m. KST. That's going to be 8 p.m. AST. That is going to be in 7 hours. We're going to be live with Sparkling Tuna Cup. That is our weekly open tournament. Tomorrow morning, we have Pegasus Cup. That's going to be Wednesday morning. We have Little League Cup Wednesday evening. We have StarCraft Evolution Playoffs Day 2. That is Thursday morning. That's in 2 days' time. We have the Podcast Thursday evening. We have Maestros of the Game on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's a lot of Maestros of the Game. That's a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft. We have OSC King of the Hill. We have the OSC Midseason Playoffs Friday morning. And we have Duckling Open Saturday evening as well. We have a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft. We're live twice a day, every single day, except for Sunday. But even then, I believe we have another Maestros of the Game broadcast Monday morning. So a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft. As always, here we cast more StarCraft than any other channel on the CranKy Ducklings. We have all the content, we have all the StarCraft. We do what we can. We do what we can, Pappy, to bring you as much as we can as well. And with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Again, as a reminder, if you want to watch the tail end of the tournament, the semis and the finals of StarCraft Evolution, we're going to be covering that in 2 days. In 2 days' time on Thursday morning. We got you covered. Otherwise, we'll be back in 7 hours with Sparkling Tuna Cup. Oh boy. all the content, or the StarCraft. Otherwise, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Again, if you want to check out this mod yourself, you can do so on the StarCraft 2 arcade, not just the 1v1 mod, but also the campaign as well, with StarCraft Evolution Complete also is available in the arcade as well. A lot of work is being put into the mod, a lot of work is being put into this game mode, so give him some love. Quite embarrassing for MaNa. I wouldn't say embarrassing, just because Classic is literally the best Protoss in StarCraft Evolution. Like, you don't get better than Classic. You can try to make an argument for Hero, but yeah, that was Classic. Here's for you to keep these cats going. Oh, thank you, Kipsteer. Thank you. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it. But otherwise, with that, so we're gonna be wrapping up here for the day, for the morning. I'm gonna go get some breakfast. I'm starving. Gonna go get some breakfast, gonna go get some food. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thank you for the support, and we'll see you guys next time. Until then, stick around. We're gonna be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid, so you can give them some love, you can give them some support. I believe Babylings is live. Babylings is a good friend and a long-time supporter of the channel, so you can give Babylings some support. We'll be heading off. Until then, though, see you soon. See you soon after the break, or we'll see you in 7 hours for our next cast. See you later tonight. Also, if you want to watch the VODs, you can do so via YouTube. We do upload to YouTube on a daily basis. We stream on YouTube as well, so all the content is available on YouTube. So if you see something that you like, and if you can't watch it live because we're live so often, then YouTube is the place to be. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Until then, ciao, bye, ciao. See you next time.